Order of operations, BODMAS, with 2 steps. What are they? Rules that say which calculation comes first in an expression. Why? Because it guarantees that people can all read and solve a problem in the same way. Interesting fact, mosquitoes can beat their wings between 450 and 600 times per second. So let's talk about what BODMAS stands for. B for brackets, O for orders, which are powers, exponents, square roots, and anything of the like. D for divide, M for multiply, A for add, S for subtract. So let's take a look at the questions that we have to do. So we have to evaluate the expressions below. Okay, before we start doing that, let's talk about what you see on the left-hand side of your screen. Why is it written like that? Well, B is for brackets is on top, because that's the first step we have to look at. Order, which is the next step we have to look at, and divide and multiply are just below order. And why are they on the same line? Because they are inverses. So it doesn't matter what happens if there's only divide and multiply left. You read it left to right. And same thing with add and subtract. They're on the same line because they are inverses. Now, you may be thinking it looks similar. It could be if you ever played hopscotch. Then it's the same type of concept. So you hop on one foot to get the brackets, hop on the next one to get the order. So when you hop again, you land on both feet at the same time. Same concept. So you're going to do divide and multiply at the same time. So let's take a look at the first one, and then let's take a look at the steps. Step 1, brackets. If you don't have those, you move on to order, and if you don't have that, you move on to divide or multiply, and then finally add or subtract. So let's go ahead and take a look at the first one. So we take a look at step 1, and we have brackets. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and subtract those two numbers, and we get 11. And now we're going to go ahead and do the next step, which is add. And now we have 16, because 5 plus 11 is 16, and that is your answer. So let's go ahead and take a look at example 2. So we have 8 minus 3 times 4, with 8 minus 3 in brackets. So that's part of step 1. So now we can go ahead and subtract those two numbers first, and we get 5. Next step is 5 times 4, which gives us 20, and that is your answer. So let's go ahead and take a look at example 3. 5 times 6 plus 3 in brackets. And now we're going to go, once again, we've highlighted those because those are in brackets, and we're going to focus on those two numbers, and we're going to add those together to get 9. And the next step we're going to do is there's 5 times 9 because there's nothing else, which is, so there's 5 times 9, which is 45, and that is your answer. So let's go ahead and take a look at the next question. We have 12 minus 4 in brackets divided by 2. Okay, so therefore we're going to go ahead and subtract the numbers in the brackets because that is the first step. And that gives us 8. And 8 divided by 2, which is going to give us 4. And that is your answer. Take a look at the last example where we have 15 divided by, in brackets, 5 minus 2. So we take a look at the first step, which is brackets. Okay, in this case, we don't have any order like all the other cases for these examples. And then we subtract 5 minus 2, which is 3. And now we divide 15 divided by 3, which is 5, which is your answer. Okay, so now it is your turn. So go ahead and pause the video so you can answer these questions on your own time. And then I will show you the answers in 3, 2, and 1. Here are the answers. If you got them correct, well done. If you didn't, there's always tomorrow.